Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Pancake Talks. This beautiful podcast we run, or we try to run every Thursday to bring you some news about the market, what's coming, what are the new projects out there, what the people is building in this crypto rabbit hole. We are all completely in, we are so in, and we are so back too. But we are not talking about that today. For sure, for the ones who don't know me, I'm Jeffran, PancakeSwap's community manager. We have been doing this for, I think, a year. We started on February 2024, if I'm not wrong. And always, I'm not alone doing this. I'm with my friend, one of the PancakeSwap's ambassador, a friend that crypto gave me. And welcome back to Anicero to the podcast again. Hello, Annie. How you doing?
Hello, Chafran. Everything great. 1 year. Oh, that's something special. But I hear time in crypto pass different. I don't know. I feel like from the last Pancake Talks, so many crazy things happens. From President Millet to epic, epic burn in cakes last Monday. So here the time works different in the crypto space.
Yeah, for your brain, it's like 1 year in crypto. It's like 3 months. For your body, 1 year in crypto. It's like 10 years in the real life. Yeah,
Sure.
it's destroys your body and your mind. Okay, but we are not here to talk about the beautiful president we have and the nice idea of retweeting something like that. Yeah. Let's keep that for a beer later. We are here to talk about real building. We are here to talk about a project that it's doing something. I want to say different because it's not like the other projects that I've been seeing regarding that. Okay, we cannot try to not leak anything because it's in the banner, right? So today we are having Lumia, and that's um, that's really nice because I was saying that I feel that they are building something. in then inside the ecosystem of RWA, I think they are trying to create something really really different. It's like a real hub of into the RWA, but I won't be the one who explain it in a well manner. So let's bring back. Uh, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this well. He's going to correct me if I'm wrong. So let's give a warm welcome to Ochiung. Hello, hello, man. How are you doing today?
Hello, hello. Yeah, let me do the honor, Chef Brent. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Liu Chong from Lumia. Very, very happy to be on the podcast today. And hey, thanks a lot for bringing me onto the show.
No, no, no. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
no
you need
problem.
to explain to us a little bit, but you will do it in a minute. First, as we always torture our guests, uh, please give us a quick introduction of yourselves. No need to dox you, just the thing you want to people to know. Maybe how did you end up in crypto in this rabbit hole, and for sure in Lumia. Could you do
Uh,
that for us?
of course, pleasure's all mine. So yeah, in fact, I came from the traditional spaces. I was in traditional banking, and one day I saw machines that were being placed in the branches. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna lose my job for sure, right? And then, all of a sudden, my friend actually gave me access to his Spotify account, and I was just listening to crypto, blockchain, all this kinds of stuff. And then I also saw a lot of kids playing Roblox, right? And I got really curious. So all these things started to, come together. They were like pieces of puzzle, finally creating the big picture. And I got curious, and that's how I started really looking into it. And then I found myself like, I wouldn't say it's the easiest, but the least difficult position to get into, and that was a listing manager. And the rest was history. I got myself into DeFi, got to know the team at Lumia really well, and that's how I came in. All I really wanted to do was to explore a new space. I heard of Bitcoin. Well, I thought it was a scam. I'm glad I was wrong. And yeah, that's how it all happened.
Thank you for this introduction. And yes, most of the time is curiosity that drives us here in the crypto space. But I have curiosity for what is Lumia. So let's go for a brief introduction of Lumia. If you can explain us what inspired the creation of Lumia and how has it, what is the mission of Lumia and how is this mission evolved during the creation or if it didn't change so far.
Oh yeah, we have really big ambitions in Lumia because I think when we first really wanted to do something different, we set out to bridge the gap between traditional and decentralized finance. And what we really do is we want to provide a scalable and compliant interoperable blockchain solution, mainly for RWA tokenization. Now, real world assets, as we see it, is really where this technology, this blockchain technology, is going to build this. But we're faced with a lot of you know uncertainties, right? There's also the lack of liquidity, the uncertainty around regulations in general. There are so many changes. I mean, everyone's forking off one another, and then we don't have enough interoperability solutions, and of course, all of these things make it very difficult for the institutional players to actually come in. But that's where we see the real potential is, and for us, really, that was really the inspiration, and we have definitely evolved a little bit. We want to ensure seamless real world asset integration, and that's really key for us. So for us, when we look at the technology level, we really just want to provide, really a robust on-chain identity verification, things like decentralized liquidity mechanisms, and even ZK as well. Because I think, on top of all of this, having privacy is also very important. Not to say we want to master your transactions, but to really protect yourself. I mean, think about it this way, right? If you would have bought a ton of gold, you wouldn't want anyone and everyone to see it unless you want to have a bullseye right on the back. So we're really built for institutions and retail users as well. We prioritize security, compliance, and ultimately, efficient in RW adoption on chain. That's really what we envision.
Nice, 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 nice. And it's really ambitious, trying to get everything like the chain, the liquidity. It's like it's not another RWA project that we see out there. And I saw in the web when I was doing my own research. Please do your own research, you guys. Not we are seeing really really weird stuff in crypto these days. So this is not the case, but I'm trying to give an advice for everyone. Do your own research, please, God. I saw in the Lumia page that you were. It's a really nice and challenging phrase. Like we are here to revolution the the RWA ecosystem, the integration of real world assets. How, in simple terms, so the way you can answer this, how are you planning to do it?
Well, yeah, I would say revolutionizing something is really a big word, right? But ultimately, you want to get things right. And the way we see it, the beauty about blockchain technology is it's in its ability to transform ownership. And that's what really is revolutionizing the integration as a whole, right? Because right now, the way we look at it, if we look at um, like traditional companies, we can own a piece of them. We can own a piece of Coca-Cola, just buy a share, but we cannot own the product that's driving value. And that's what we want to change with blockchain technology. So that's how basically we revolutionize them. I mean, we use stuff like uh, trustless and efficient tokenization. We have decentralized KYC as well through a passport. We enable a lot of things like secrets to that, well, Hyper nodes. We even have a liquidity mechanism. And of course, all of these are in compliance. And yeah, I guess we want to make them really liquid instead of just being static assets. So that is really unlocking its full potential. And that's how we see things as revolutionary.
Thank you. And as Chefran mentions already, it's going to be a Lumia blockchain. I would like you to explain a little bit how is this blockchain, because there are many kind of blockchains right now, like L1, L2s, whatever. If you can introduce a little bit what is Lumia blockchain, and also because you said the main purpose of Lumia is real world assets, how, if there is any customization or something that make it a special blockchain for this kind of assets, and how this Lumia blockchain will compare to others around.
Yeah, thank you so much for this question. I do enjoy. I mean, I get this quite a lot. Like, why do we need yet another blockchain? But the reality is, we need a solution, an efficient solution. So we always say our USP, our unique selling proposition, lies in what we call Lumia Stream, which is really our built-in liquidity layer. So what we do is that a lot of times we see the common challenge in the RW space is that projects lack activity. Now, we're not going to talk about liquidity yet, because if you even lack activity on chain, don't talk about liquidity. It's not going to happen, right? So that's what we do. We call ourselves the only full cycle RWA chain. And it's only because we do not just stop at tokenization. What happens to tokenization is where we come in. That's our USP. We bring them to where the users are, the traders. So we bring them, we have a mechanism to actually make them DeFi composable. And through a liquidity layer, we actually bring them to the DeFi users. So of course, it's interoperable as well. We use Hyperlane, we use Act Layer for cross-chain liquidity movement. So it's really, if you were to ask me, the difference between us and any other chains out there is that we bring them to where the traders really are, instead of them just being made available to the same KYC pool of users. That's what makes us unique.
Nice, 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 nice. Thank you for that answer. You have a lot of products, I have to say, because now you mentioned how Lumia chain works. And now I want to understand what is Lumia Stream and how it enhances the liquidity, the same liquidity you said that it's a priority
Yep.
for you and super important for RWA assets. So can you tell me a little bit what advantage offer for traders and liquidity providers?
Yeah, of course, of course. So Lumia Stream, as it is, when we first built it, it was really our liquidity layer, and it addresses the liquidity fragmentation, particularly right now in the RW markets, by implementing node-own liquidity, right? So validators and hypernode stake liquidity within the network to really ensure deep on-chain liquidity pools. So we're introducing things like liquidity restaking. So LPs can restake the assets and earn yield while providing your liquidity. And I think that's really very important. And then through on-chain collateralization, we can leverage these RWAs as collateral in DeFi markets, right? Kind of like creating new use cases for them. We truly unlock the full financial utility. Because a token is a token is a token. If we do not bring any use cases to them, it just stays as a token. So ultimately, users actually get automated yield strategies. Then they can actually allocate these tokens across multiple DeFi protocols, and all of this most importantly, it brings true value to the users who actually own tokens in general. So yeah, that's what we really do. So we're transforming the traditional illiquid RWAs into fully functional financial instruments.
Thank you for your answer. And I have one question, because when we talk about real world asset, it can be many things, from T-bills, it can be also real estates, it can be stocks, commodities like gold, oil, so many things. I don't know if, because I saw on Twitter as well that Lumia is working on some buildings on Turkey about twin towers, and I don't know if Lumia have any specific assets on the real world assets term that is gonna focus.
Well, as far as our focus goes, right now we're starting off with real estate and commodities, mainly non-perishable goods, because if we're going to tokenize something with an expiry date, it's going to be really difficult for us to handle because the value just drops when it is expired, right? So at this point of time, we're looking into commodities. We're looking at gold, silver, precious metals. We're even talking to, not talking, but we're also working on intellectual properties as well, and real estate. So these are some of the areas that we're focusing right now. And of course, we're definitely going to be expanding along the way as well.
Nice. You told me something. I only at the beginning, but not today, but when I first hear about real world, I thought only in real estate. To be honest, it's kind of a new word for me, also. So it's really nice seeing that you are trying to increase the scope. Thanks both for the question and the answer. You also have your own token. You have Lumia. Uh, the usual question, right? What is it created for? How Lumia token drives the adoption within the Lumia ecosystem, and of course beyond governance, for example.
Yeah. So I think ultimately having a token, just like any other project, we really want to increase the interaction between us and our community, really making them becoming, feeling like part of the community. And I think that is something that is very strong that we're doing. So, having this participation in the entire Lumia ecosystem, we use it for transaction fees. It's used for gas fees and payments across the entire ecosystem. staking node incentives. So we have the sequencer nodes and stake approvers earn Lumia tokens just by securing the network, stuff like that. And we were also introducing restaking for RW liquidity. So LPs can actually stake the Lumia token into the stream just to get more yield that can be generated from this different transactions as well. Protocol rewards, governance, access to on-chain KYC and private ID. So, so we're not just making it into like a governance token. It has its core utility asset, and really all of this is designed to ensure liquidity, security, and adoption.
Thank you very much for your answer. And then we are going to talk right now about one piece of technology inside Lumia ecosystem, that is the hypernodes. How these hypernodes contribute to Lumia network security and efficiency, and what incentives do they offer to the participants to this network?
That's a great question, right? Because hypernodes to us, it's like the heart and soul of the entire ecosystem. It's actually very, very important. It plays a crucial role by processing transactions efficiently, right? What we really mean by that is that we offload computation from Ethereum to Lumia's ZK powered architecture. And ultimately, we really want to secure the network because, if we are actually dealing with RWA, security is of utmost priority. So we do it by running decentralized sequences to ensure finality and execution integrity. And of course, we enable on-chain DA as well. Now, like client nodes store and verify our DA proofs. So that really ensures scalability without centralization. So ultimately, by doing all of this, what this really brings to the participants is that they earn Lumia rewards for validation. And they also get priority access to our RWA incentives, the liquidity incentives, and also to participate in cross-chain data verification as well. So essentially, hypernodes ensure Lumia remains totally decentralized, and I think that's a very crucial part of the entire ecosystem. It has to be scalable and efficient while also offering attractive staking rewards as well. Yeah. So I think it's really multifaceted in that sense.
Okay. I want my space in that tower. I will only say that. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the rest of the market and how Lumia is positioning itself as a desirable project for the ecosystem and the community. What would you say that it's that puts you in a competitive place in the RWA space? And how do you see this is going to evolve in the future? Crypto moves ultra fast.
Well, this is interesting. I think this has a lot to do with our vision as well. So I would say, truthfully, technological wise, most chains were equally competitive. But what really gives us an edge is really at Lumia Stream, our DeFi enabled liquidity layer that is built into the chain itself. So the thing is that, like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of these RW projects, they lack a liquidity framework. So we solve this with node-owned liquidity pools. And I think that is the most important thing when it comes to Lumia chain. And that's how we really, I would say, compete and complement with other projects and other infrastructures out there. And of course, apart from that, we also have things like validated scaling, decentralized KYC. So why that is important? Because it ensures compliance without relying on a centralized verification service. And then, of course, when it comes to the regulations, we have the Bailey agreements and common law framework. That's what We follow it makes RWA and DeFi legally viable, and we also operate based on ACLA and Hyperlane as well. So that really ensures the cross-chain RWA liquidity. So instead of just having it as siloed solutions. So I think it's really a combination of few factors, right? Compliance, scalability, and ultimately DeFi liquidity. So basically, we bring RWAs to DeFi, and that really is our winning formula.
Yeah, and we need to understand that this market is huge. It's so many $1 trillion to be bring on chain, and we need projects to work on that. So we want these trillions on chain right now. That's part of the adoption. Also, institutionals coming here, and we in this podcast Pancake Talks, we are always thirsty for leaks. If you can share with us anything that you are working to, what is going to be launched in the near future, or what things you are working.
Okay. So I guess you guys are hungry for some alpha. So you mentioned earlier that we have our Lumia towers in cooperation with a local real estate developer in Turkey that's up and coming. There's something very, very exciting. It's $220 million in investment. We're trying to unlock trillions of dollars in the RWA space. And of course, we're also going to bring on board many different RWA projects as well. We're talking about whiskey, fine art, things like the things that we never thought we would actually as an individual actually own. And now we kind of open up the gates, the access, so more people can have access to things like that. And if we were talking about launches, yes, we do have a lot of launches that we have planned. Nothing has been made public yet, but look out, do check our spaces, as in our socials. We will be doing some interesting launches, which I cannot reveal right now because they're not made public. But yeah, you can expect a lot of exciting stuff upcoming.
Nice, nice. When you talk to, do you want to talk a little bit more about these towers? I'm kind of, uh, I don't know, curious about it.
Yeah, as far as these towers go, I think ultimately, right, as an RWA tokenization infrastructure, I think to really put it into perspective, if we really want to build confidence in the market, the best thing to tokenize is always our own asset. We when we do something like this, when we pull this off, people are going to have confidence in the things that we do. People are going to know that, hey, we're in this thing, we're here to play long term, we're not just a fly by night kind of exchange, and sorry, not exchange, but not a fly by night infrastructure, but yeah, we're in the for real. Yeah, that's what the towers is all about.
So there is these towers are already on building stage. There is any timeline for it to happen?
Well, yeah, real estate takes some time, so it's definitely not in the short term. It's definitely in the building.
Okay.
Okay, let's before wrap up, let's ask you. Maybe it's not yeah, it's maybe a personal question regarding all of this we were talking regarding Lumia, regarding crypto space as a whole. Uh, what's your vision about Lumia shaping the future of RWA and also DeFi? And what's the role you plan? I mean, your personal role, your role as Lumia, your role in the whole crypto space. What's your vision about what's going to happen with all this lovely market we are in the in could be in the coming future, in the medium term? You can shape the answer as you completely up to you.
Oh yeah, thank you for this question. I see it as coming from multiple different angles. So yeah, I mean personally, right? For me, I'm more on the right now. I'm more on the ecosystem side of things because for us as a company, or even as an infrastructure at its very core, for us to succeed is for our ecosystem to succeed. When our partners succeed, we will be successful as well. So we're putting a lot of resources just to give enough support to our ecosystem projects, be it from the marketing perspective or be it from the business developers perspective. So whatever it takes for a project to be successful, we're gonna go all out to support them. And this is something that we really believe in because projects actually, you know, kind of like I would say trust in us. That's why they're actually deploying on us and they're building on us. So we want to be there for them, to ensure that we're with them and be a part of the success story. And I think that's very important in the short to long term, in fact. And to to really shape the future of RWA tokenization in the space, I would say it's really about, you know, mm, changing the way assets are being owned, right? Now, ownership of assets today, I mean, it's crazy if I tell you I can just walk into a winery or and just say, hey, give me a bottle of whiskey, 40 years aged, and I'm just gonna keep it in my cellar. I don't have a place to keep the whiskey. It's gonna go bad. So now what can I do? Or what can blockchain do for me is that it can tokenize the bottle of whiskey, right? And then I can buy a token of it. Now things have changed. Or rather, I cannot just go into an art gallery and say I want to buy a Picasso. Because, well, first of all, I don't have that kind of funds. And even if I do, that's a lot of money being poured into one asset. Do I want to do it? Maybe yes, but I'm not sure. But can many people do it or can everyone do it? Definitely not, right? It's not something for the masses. So blockchain technology allows us to even own 1% of it, for example, or even less. I don't know. It depends on how we tokenize stuff, right? So I think ultimately we want to be part of all of these. Like, for example, if we just take a step back to look at how internet has changed the world, if you were to own a restaurant, say from like 30, 40 years ago, all you could do was dine in. And because of the internet, now we have things like takeaway, delivery, and stuff like that, all because all thanks to the internet, and you can just, buy your meal just from an app. And that's what we're saying with blockchain. It's a technology. It enables businesses. Now, ownership is a big thing. People could people can't afford things like fine wine. Not everyone can buy a piece of art, but now they can. And we want to do more of this. And ultimately, it's not just an I would say it's not just from the financial management or wealth management perspective. It's also, on a psychological level, it has a lot of value to yourself. It kind of like, well, think about it this way, right? If I own a fraction of a Mona Lisa and I can brag about it, I mean, it just feels good, right? Something like that. So I think, for us to shape RWA tokenization in DeFi, it takes more than just bringing projects into our ecosystem and then just tokenizing anything, but to really look into the value, the intrinsic value. Every RWA token that the user holds, what does it really represent? And that is something that we're all working towards. And I think when we finally get it right, and when we finally give the community or the users what they want, I would say that is when we're really successful.
Wow, that touched my FOMO area of the brain. Now I want to own 1% of the castle.
I'm sure you can very, very soon.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time here with us, explaining about real world assets, ecosystem, about Lumia. And I don't think we have any more questions, right, Chef Fran?
No. I think he did pretty well. As I said at the beginning, I feel Lumia as a big hub, like they are on every corner of the tokenization. So that's really nice, and I'm really happy to see uh, how we are. I don't know if in English it's something like this, democratizing, or no, I don't know how to put that
Yeah,
word into English.
democratizing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we say.
democratizing the
Democratize. Yeah.
access. Yeah,
Yep.
democratizing the access to these things, because we don't even know the age of every one of the speakers or the people out there um, listening. But when I was a kid, it was impossible to think about something like this, and you could never see this near to you, because you had to own a lot of money. You have to be in a selected group of people to enter into buying something in a tower. I'm trying to put it as much simple as I can. So these kind of solutions are really great, and gives the access that DeFi gives to everyone out there. Yeah, I'm super happy about that, and having you and having Lumia uh, building on top of that. So I want to extend the gratitude for coming today. Poor guy, you didn't expect to happen. Your partner got sick, and you're here telling us a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You answered a lot of questions. So thank you a lot.
Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it, and it was a pleasure.
Okay, we are ending for today. It was another super insightful episode. Thanks the whole team of Lumia. Thanks you. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name in not a badly manner. Uchum, it's
You,
okay.
you, you can go with UC. People usually call me by that UC.
UC. Oh, that's really nice.
Yes.
It's like, hey, bro, UC. Okay. Thanks, UC, for coming today. Thanks, Sunny, for all your questions too. And yeah, let's gather again in another Pancake Talks episode really soon, featuring more and more builders from the crypto ecosystem. Have a nice rest of the day, night, evening, whatever you are, and let's keep building anons.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Chef. Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you. See you next time.
Yeah. Bye.